Go ahead.
Dalvin Martin, and this is my first semester.
Good job.
Dalvin Martin. So this your first semester?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I got a question to ask you, man. Because in my first semester in school, I was going to be everything.
Yeah,
So why welding?
because it's gonna help me do what I want to do in life, like financially.
What do you want to do in life? What's your passion?
Well, my passion is like shoes. Like I want to own like shoe stores. So
That's retail.
yeah, so welding is gonna help me financially to get to where I want to be, to get my own store.
So if you got a welding job, but then on-the-job training come where you could work in a shoe store, would you leave welding?
No, no, sir. Welding gonna help me get my own store. I don't want to work for him.
Okay, so you want to use welding as an avenue.
Yeah, to get where I want to go.
All right, so what are your strengths?
My strengths are stick welding, and that's about it right now.
What are your strengths in life?
Everything. Just leave it to God.
So you ain't saying that because you're talking to two ministers.
No, I just leave it to God. Don't worry about me.
Okay. So what is a weakness?
Night,
How old are you?
18.
I'm asking that because probably at 18 I'd have said the same thing. No, at 18 I was in the military because my birthday came early. But what has conquered Michael? What has made Michael stay up late at night?
You could rephrase that?
Yeah. What has made Michael lose sleep over?
I don't get what you're saying, sir.
What
Give
you've been
me-
worried about?
Oh.
Like, what's something that's kept you worried that you just didn't know the outcome of?
Yeah, like for me, it was math.
The only thing that keep me worried is that my mom got to go to work every day, so
Okay. So so you want to eventually provide
so,
for her.
yeah.
Okay. Well, now let me ask you something. Where would you like to be in your career in 5 years from now?
Taking care of my family. That's it.
Let me explain something to you. Don't get that answer again. Let me tell you why. I'm a former drug dealer. And that's the flat out truth. To me, that was taking care of my family. So I need a different answer. Like, I see myself becoming successful in welding, which is going to allow me to take care of my family. Reason why? Because it's a blanket statement, and you let me know that whatever I got to do, right, which in some cultures, that's cool. But you talking to an employer. So you'll come out there and steal cop off my job. Because you understand what I'm saying? You welding for me, but you tell the dude, hey man, I can weld that tonight for free. Or I can weld that for $20 cheaper. You understand what I'm saying? These are the type of things that have happened on jobs that people have encountered. And I've had people in stores tell me, and here it costs this, but you might just go get that across the street at Dollar Tree, it's gonna be $1. So you mean to tell me you gonna stop? I came here willing to pay for it. So you're gonna tell me not to advance the company I work for, to go advance another company that I don't work for? You see what I'm saying? So I like your confidence, and it's very admirable that you say, I want to help my mom, because I've been in those shoes. But I made wrong decisions to take care of my mom. And they haunted me for a while, got delivered. But so when I ask you, be concrete on what you're saying. Don't just leave it open ended. Because now you're saying, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Take care. And so I would do anything to do that. No, I'm gonna be a successful welder. I'm gonna graduate this welding program, and that's how I'm gonna take care of X, Y, Z. See what I'm saying? That's all. Go ahead on.
Well, I like it. Knowing you on a personal level now, the answer about mom working every day and that's a good thing. I want to step up. Okay. So, what a position that may be open that you're trying to get in at that moment. You walk in, you have the confidence, but to really make us know that you are the person that we're looking for, what other response will you give to us?
I'm gonna be there on time. I'm a hard worker, team player. Do what I gotta do to make the company better.
You'll be a great asset to us.
Where your resume, Dad?
Oh, I don't have one yet.
So you're gonna be working on
Yeah.
one. Okay.
So what I would tell you is, and you know we've heard this a lot, is when you're talking to an employer or potential employer, is even though your goal is to get enough money to support yourself, support your family, you know, you can say the same thing by saying it, you know, I want a career that can provide me with benefits, that, you know, has a growth opportunity. Welding has a skills gap, so the chances are I could have long-term employment. I would also tell you, and you know, we probably laughed when you said you were 18, because we remember being 18, and there's nothing wrong, and you know, you're just getting out of high school, you haven't had very many probably experiences like in the workforce, but I would tell you to think about some weaknesses, and you can have a weakness that's really a strength. So a lot of times the way I answer that question is like, so tell us, you know, they'll say, tell me some of your weaknesses. And I'll say, well, you know, a weakness that I have is that I tend to take my job very seriously, and I can take it personally, so I can let that job consume me, and I try and work to have to make sure that I can separate, you know, my job from my other duties. You know, but I'm also saying, hey, I'm super committed. You know what I'm saying? So there are ways to say, you know, a weakness without really having like, I'm always late. You know, like you don't want to say something like that, but something like, or, you know, I have a hard time. I'm working on accepting praise or accepting constructive criticism, something like that. So you really want to think of that, because that's going to be a very common question, I would say, guys. I've gotten it, you know, several times. So as you move forward, you know, that's going to be a question you're going to get. And I would think about like your 5-year plan. You know, if your goal is to own your own business, just remember when you're interviewing for welding, they don't care. I mean, they want to hire you for welding. So you don't want to give them any kind of impression that you would just be like, bye, if something better comes along. So, you know, I think that you can say, you know, my long-term goals are to, you know, have a steady career, maybe explore some other, you know, avenues of education, something like that. But I would keep your ambitions about owning your own business when you're in an interview, just on the down low. Unless it's specifically, unless it's like, I want to be a CWI, I want to be a welding inspector. You know, make sure you're targeting what you're saying to the job you're applying for. Because at the end of the day, you want them to say, we are hiring Dev because he is going to get it. You know, that you don't want them to say, well, Dev was great, but you know, he might run off and wants to own a shoe store, and Michael seems really, you know, like he just wants to be a welder. You know, and just kind of, just keep that in mind. You know, the only thing you owe your employer at the interview is to be honest on your resume and with your skills, but you don't have to tell them your life plans. You know, so I would just keep those things in mind. You got some time. I mean, we will do this probably once a semester, so you're gonna get a little more skilled at it. But other than that, I think you did great.